God, Sussex Squad, come in and shut the door. Prince William has hired divorce attorneys. Now, I know you guys already heard, but I did a little digging. Prince William has hired Princess Diana's divorce attorneys. And guess what? Kate and William are planning a last ditch attempt to see if they can find common ground. Now, it's being marketed as a romantic get together. They are going back to the place where they honeymooned. Baby, let's get into this because, baby, we love to see it. Now, I know what you guys were saying, right? The British media is trying to rebrand William hiring Diana's divorce attorneys because because they're like, it doesn't mean anything. That law firm does a lot of stuff. It does, but here's the thing, and legal title tells you guys know, at least every law firm has a specialty. If you want to do torts, that has a specialty. If you want to do corporate law, that has a specialty. If you want to do medical malpractice, yes, they do everything, but they have their specialty. And that's the reason people pay the big bucks. What is Williams' big bucks? The firm that he hired, and he broke away from William and Camilla and stopped using their attorneys, we'll talk about in a second, and started using these attorneys because they said that he's going things on his own way. And that law firm specialty is divorce law. They famously handled his mother's divorce, and Heather Mills from Paul McCarthy, which I believe up to this date is one of the highest divorces payouts in the UK. Now, let's get into this because there's so much to unpack, Sussex Squad. Oh my God. Also, have you guys watched Megan's listen to her podcast? I actually think it's really, really good. I actually really like it. I'm just a YouTuber and I'm like, there's knowledge and I shall listen. But forget all that, okay? Because let's actually get into it. Now, William, what brought this about? Well, it's simple. His tour brought it about. Remember when we told you guys that Kate was furious that William had gone on tour without her? Now, let me just be clear, okay? Because there's so much I have to catch you guys up with. William went on his first abroad tour without Kate. What happened? I don't know whether Kate had cancer or not. I know that at the very least, I think that they messed with the timeline. I think Kate might have been sick for a little bit, but they messed with the timeline. Why is that important? Because I do believe reports that William finally said, listen, I did what I did. You gave me 3 cute kids. My dad divorced my mom. I'm divorcing you. I'm not going to be as the King of England locked in a loveless marriage. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to be married. I want to literally spread these 6 hairs, make somebody to make the hair grow back. He literally was on his thing about he wanted to be a single king. Now, the only issue was Kate was like, are you insane? I literally played all these games of thrones for so many years and now you think you're going to put me out the pasture? No. If you're divorcing me, I'm not coming out the house. Kate, people are saying, concocted the cancer story. Now, whether or not she had cancer, I don't know. I actually, they lied so much. I just think they were covering up something. And I think they thought this is perfect, especially when you get Carol into this. This is perfect because you cannot divorce. You cannot divorce a woman who has cancer. Now, William and them thought it'd be easy to replace Kate. That's why the Mother's Day, that's like this, that's why that. Okay, it didn't work. The whole nation and the world was like, where is Kate? Not because we care, just because it was getting weird. And no matter how much we like someone, you can't just make somebody disappear. That came. They said that they came to an agreement. Kate could still stay at Adelaide College. They would stay married. William would be like, we will live separate lives, much like Queen Elizabeth and Philip did. Okay, great. So what was the issue with that? Well, William's a spoiled brat, and that was too much to be beholden to a commoner. Okay. Kate, on the other hand, was like, okay, it's fine. I still get the prestige. And you know what? Maybe I might catch William's favor again. Maybe this is something he's going through. Now, it was not something he's going through because people are saying Kate was enraged when William did that overseas tours alone. She looked at it as such a slap in his face. It was already bad enough that whenever Camilla or Charles or something had some type of event, Kate could only come for half and then she would have to leave. Camilla doesn't like Kate. She famously hired Rose to be in her court. It's all that stuff. Okay, are we up to date? Now, When William went on tour by himself, remember we said that the streets were saying that Kate was furious and that she was going to do everything she could to step on William's press. Everything she could. And baby, she did. She literally said he was like a fourth child, talked about his temper. She brought up her cancer again. She did everything she could to jump up and flap her hands on some, look at me, look at me, look at me. Oh, baby, when William got back to tour, look at her, he did. And they were saying that he was furious, like Charles had been furious whenever Diana took his shine. He was furious. So, what ended up happening? They are saying he was furious and he walked into that law firm and he said, I don't care. I want this woman out of here. Now, what's the signs that these stories may be more true than not? Well, the law firm that he was represented was a law firm that has been representing the future king and the kings for generations. They are currently William and Camilla's lawyers. Were advising him, do not divorce. This isn't going to be a good thing. Can you just chill? William said, you know what? I'm sick of this. I will do things on my own terms, what's best for my family, and be my own man. And he ran over there to Diana's lawyers and hired them. Again, a lot of people are acting like this is no big deal. You guys, this is a huge deal. And William is 100% signaling. I mean, 100% signaling that it is person non grata. Now, here's the real gag, right? Here is the real actual gag. That lawyer actually was the first one to say, when Princess Diana passed away, that he went to the Metropolitan Police and said, Diana had confessed to me that she was afraid she was going to die like this. The Metropolitan Police locked his testimony in a vault for 6 years. 6 years later, they gave it to the French police. 6 years later, they finally told Diana's family. I think 10 years later, they told Harry and William. I know there's so much espionage, but let's get back to the divorce thing. Now, oddly enough, there's all these rumors now that William and Kate are planning a second honeymoon. Carol Middleton is going to go to wherever they had their honeymoon at. I forget who cares? We're at Mauritius Islands. Wherever they had their honeymoon, they are going to return and they are going to have a honeymoon like Carol watches the children, where they just try to reconnect. A second honeymoon. Except for what we're saying is it's not a second honeymoon. William is convinced he 100% wants to divorce Kate, and Kate is begging for another chance. Also, interesting enough, Carol is going with Carol there because she's usually really good at like soothing William. Remember, that's William's second mother. She's really good at soothing William. On top of that, Kate is going to, I don't know, put one leg up and show him what to do, right? Do the Camilla special. Imagine having to seduce your own husband and make him stay married to you. And girl, let that man go. But I guess she suffered so much, it's just not going to happen. She wants to make sure he stays. Anyway, so what are they doing? They are going to spend some time, try to reconnect, see if they can find an accord, not to become like in love honeymoon again, but just so that William can say that he can tolerate Kate enough to move forward. You guys, what do you think of this? It's no mistake that Kate and William have been on the rocks for a long time. Kate is at William's mercy. William is sick of Kate. She is jumping up and down, doing everything she can, dressing like a slutty Nanny McGee, trying to get him going because, he likes that, right? The whole point of the matter is, you guys, thanks to that ish that Kate pulled, because William went overseas without her, she is now feeling the brunt and she is on thin ice. Again, you might say, why would Kate do that? Well, if you can believe the rumors, last time she threw a temper tantrum when he said he wanted to divorce. And again, nothing's been founded, but listen, right? When he said he wanted to divorce, she threw that temper tantrum, and all of a sudden she had cancer and couldn't be seen for almost a year with fake photos, fake videos, fake AI, right? Last time that happened, they are saying that this time Kate tried the same thing, which was throw a temper tantrum. And William literally said, I will not be meant to abide by this. I am the king. William said, you will take a knee. And then Rose was like, and William was like, no, 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 not yet, not yet. I'm joking, I'm joking, I'm joking. William and Rose are just two very good friends that like to play very, very friendly games and have private dinners while Kate's pregnant with one of the heirs and the spares. Anyway, and did y'all know that William actually used to date Rose before he even got with Kate? Yeah. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. This story is developing, but you guys, let's read the tea leaves because you know you have to do opposite. Let's read the tea leaves. Kate disappeared. Then Kate comes, but she's not allowed to go everywhere. Camilla hates her. Rose is hired. Rose was at the inauguration. Well, not the inauguration, but the whatever. William wants to be free. Kate, he wants a separate life outside of Kate. Kate then, through a temper tantrum, tried to step on his media press, and she did, because at the end of the day, I don't care what anybody says, as much as we like to drag Kate, nobody wants to see the royal men in their stupid blue suits over and over and over because it is boring. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, right? He was furious about that. He says, you already got me once with that cancer. You're not going to keep running me over this stuff. Absolutely not. Now he has met with divorce lawyers, and they're all going on a romance thing to their second honeymoon so they can reconnect. Maybe they're not reconnected. They going so Kate can literally beg. You better pop in some blue contact lenses and do a curly perm and literally start walking around and saying, my name isn't Rose, it's Petunia, or do something, because William seems to be fed up. Again, Charles and Camilla are reeling, because as they thought, as long as William was with the family lawyers, the lawyers, every time he called with that dumb ass, could keep talking him down. Apparently it's not working anymore, and now he's getting lawyers that do what he says on his time. You guys, this is developing. Keep an eye on this, but we have not heard the last of this. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later.